Out of all the Godzilla games, only 3 are actually good, those being Destroy All Monsters Melee, Godzilla Save the Earth, and Godzilla Unleashed, all of which came out close to each other as Save the Earth and Unleashed built off of Melee. We sadly had many bad Godzilla games in the 80s and 90s, however, in the West. Yet one game always eluded the West, a Godzilla tournament fighter for the Super Nintendo. Well, I finally got to play it, and it's okay. So, what is this Godzilla game? It's called Godzilla Monster War in the West, yet we never got this one. As to why, who knows? Japan isn't the most logical country. Just look at its declining population, aging population, and obsession with sex robots and anime. So in Godzilla Monster War, you can select tournament mode, versus mode for 2-player, or check out the settings. Each mode is self-explanatory, especially for anyone who has played a fighter before. So let's just talk about the roster of monsters instead, because they actually put some effort into it, unlike the garbage GBA game that came out a decade later. You got Godzilla, Anguirus, King Ghidorah, Gigan, Mothra, Biollante, Mechagodzilla, and Megalon. Out of all of these, only one strikes me as a strange addition, that being Biollante. Of all the monsters, I mean, why not Rodan or King Caesar? Oh well, it's nice to see him here, given he gets the shaft in later Godzilla games due to technical and legal reasons, as per usual with all Godzilla games. So the game plays like every mediocre fighting 2D game on the Super Nintendo. You got a punch, kick, dash, and grab button. Yet half the time, nothing works. And you're going to be mashing buttons till something works. Like pretty much every fighting game ever, really. But this one really just sucks. You will struggle trying to figure out the combinations as nothing's explained to you, not even in the settings. So if you try figuring out all your special moves, try to figure out how to shoot lightning as King Ghidorah, try to figure out how to use your atomic breath as Godzilla, try to figure out how to fire off your rockets as Mechagodzilla, you name it. And it's just a pain to try to figure all out. Half the time, I can't, so I just mash buttons randomly and hope I win the match. And half the time I don't, because the controls are atrocious. At least visually, the game looks decent, as a Super Nintendo game could hope for, yet the audio is a mixed bag of crunch and weird reverb effects. I'm not quite sure, but the audio just kind of sounds off here and there. So it'll sound low quality, or it'll sound like it's being put through a tunnel or something else. Overall, the game is okay. Nothing special. And I'm not upset we didn't get the game, because honestly it's not that great. But it's not the worst either. That would still be Domination on the GBA, or Super Godzilla that was also on the Super Nintendo, or even the Godzilla game for the NES that AVG uncovered in his Godzilla episode, with the whole chessboard and everything. Still, if you want to play it, you can through emulation, and there's no language barrier. But don't go in expecting anything great. It's no Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter.